Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 and another part of our Aston Martin career mode. Today we are back with the action at the Circuit of the Americas, or COTA, or Austin as I like to call it. We are back in the midst of Season 3, and after last episode, I think the championship is truly back on. Pierre Gasly put in a terrific performance, timed his attack perfectly against Lewis Hamilton on the last lap, and it was a quite terrific display from Pierre Gasly, and he has got himself back into the championship. You can see he is now 46 points behind. Remember, there are double points available at the end of the season, so looking forward to hopefully seeing how he gets on today. So let's get ourselves immersed into the action. Right, so first things first, we've got Fernando Alonso's contract, that's not contract, a development point, and I think this might move him up to a 90, you know. Let's go for his overtaking. Oh, not quite. I think the next development point he gets, that'll be him being a 90 rated driver, which will be awesome. Staff-wise, we do have development point for T Chung. Anything else in there? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Okay, right. I think we're ready to go then. So let's keep going. I think we got some research to be complete. There you go, front wing research done. So let's go and get another project going. When's the next ATR period? Do we know when that is? For the underfloor. Might as well do some more for the front wing, actually. When is the next 12 days? Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? I think chassis takes the least amount of time, 30 days. And we can expedite that a little bit. Yeah, 20 days, that's fine. So we'll get another chassis research done. Perfect. Okay. Right, let's continue on then. And see how this weekend goes. It's going to be a cracker around the Circuit of the Americas. I'm imagining other teams have been developing the car. So both in the top 6. That's fine. And let's get a qualifying streak. Both drivers in the top 6. 4 races in a row. Let's see. Yeah, so we may well be quite far behind here. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's get ourselves into the Grand Prix. Here we go.
Welcome to the United States Grand Prix. We're in Austin, but there are no wild cowboys on the track this weekend, just some serious horsepower. It's sure to be a race to remember. The Circuit of the Americas has it all. Twists and turns, steep climbs, fast corners, and a power-hungry Sector 2. Quite a headache to balance, even if teams will be looking at maximising downforce overall. This is it. We're down to the last few races of the season, and it's time for that final push. Who will be crowned champion at the end of it all? We'll find out soon enough. The weekend begins here.
Right then. So it is going to be a clear weekend. Nice to not have any rain around COTA, so it's going to be a dry race. Let's have a little check of expected strategies. Yeah, looking like a 2-stop race, probably more focused on the medium tyres, so we might not have to do FP1, Q1, but we'll get ourselves into the Grand Prix nonetheless, and I'll see you guys for qualifying. Well, at the end of FP3, that's what the situation is. Went slightly in the wrong direction with a couple of the setup choices, and you can see certainly sort of toe out wise we didn't go in the right way for Pierre Gasly. Fernando Alonso, if we go for something like that, okay, we don't get any of the setup performance boosts, but I think it's important that we have a good setup. And there you go, second and third in qualifying one. Max Verstappen looking in a league of his own at the moment. But going out in Q1, Giovinazzi, Albon, Schumacher, Hulkenberg, and Lance Stroll. So let's get into session 2. We definitely want to use some of the used tyres, I think, for session 2. Let's see if we can get ourselves through to Q3. So again, I think we want to go out there about halfway through. It gives us a possible chance of a second time lap if we need it, but it'll also mean that there's no traffic out there, essentially. That's the hope anyway. So Pierre Gasly can go out now, and we'll send out Fernando Alonso in that as well. So let's hop on board with Pierre Gasly, who will be hoping that he can get himself back into the championship fight. Another good performance today, and he manages to hopefully get within sort of 35 points of Fernando. That's what he'll be hoping for. Now, engine-wise, yeah, that is dropping down a little bit now, so Alonso might need to put in his fresher engine. We might do that for both drivers for Q3 and just bin off this engine after that. Use the same engine all the way until the end of the season now. So let's see how they compare in Sector 1. Fernando Alonso coming up to the Sector 1 split now. Yeah, about 10th and a half off his teammate Pierre Gasly. So I think his engine is having a bit of an impact. Let's hop on board with Pierre. Let's see how good this car is looking. It's struggling a little bit. Lewis Hamilton, by the way, has put in a terrific lap, a 1:32.7. And we know Hamilton has been in a bit of a league of his own in qualifying recently. 0.4 of a second up on Max Verstappen. That is very, very impressive. But here comes Pierre Gasly round the final corner. Needs to be in the high 32s. And it is a 1:32.9. That puts him second. That should be more than enough for Gasly to get through. Alonso coming round the old Turkey-style turn 8. And now, here he comes up to the line. Is it going to be in the 32s? Ooh, dearie me. He's half a second off his teammate and only 11th. Alonso very much needs to get back to the pits quickly. I'm not sure Alonso's going to make it, you know. This is going to be very, very tight. He's going to have to put a new set of tyres on. Get back out there. I mean, this is going to be incredibly tight. Pierre Gasly, I think, can wait there now. So let's see. Oh, and he's holding everybody else up as well. So even if he gets through all of this, he's going to be right in the midst of it all. And I think he is going to get there. So here we go. Fernando Alonso somehow makes it to the line as Charles Leclerc goes quickest. Gasly down to P5 now. Here comes an AlphaTauri over the line. That McLaren's right in the way of Fernando Alonso. This could be a disaster. He's 14th currently. Ocon goes quickest. Gasly could be in trouble here. Russell, he's through. And Sainz is through as well. Gasly, the man in danger. Max Verstappen is out there on track. And look at this, there's an Alpine right in the way of Fernando Alonso here. I don't think Alonso's going to manage it. He's yellow in the first sector. I think both of our cars are going to be out in Q2 here because Max Verstappen is coming round. He's going to come up to the line. What can he manage? He comes up to the line and he goes 4th. So Gasly is out. Pierre Gasly is out of qualifying. He's in 11th. The track has ramped up massively. Ocon is currently quickest. I mean, that is ridiculous. Now, Fernando Alonso, I think he's just too far off the pace. I don't think we're going to make any difference here. There's a Ferrari in the way. Just too many cars in the way of Fernando on this lap. He's going to fly around the final couple of corners. And it's an absolute disaster because Alonso's going to be out in Q2. And he does come up to the line, no improvement. Wow, 11th and 15th, both cars out in Q2. That is an absolute shocker. Well, hands up if that's where you expect us to qualify today, because that is just us being a little bit too confident, I think. Yeah, massive letdown. And Pierre Gasly is out in qualifying too.
It's race day, and final preparations are underway.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. We saw a reasonably good qualifying performance from Ferrari, and they certainly have a good chance to capitalize during the race. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
And it goes without saying that a lot can happen over the course of 56 laps, so prepare yourselves for all the action of the United States Grand Prix.
Right then. So, race day. I think, quite honestly, we're going to need to switch it up a bit. Yeah, tyre wear is going to be an issue. I mean, a 3-stopper might not be out of the question here. It may well not be out of the question. If we went hard tyres to begin, took them as long as we can, and then 2 medium tyre stints, and then a fairly aggressive final stint on the soft tyres. That might be the way to go. I mean, a 3-stopper seems a little ridiculous. How does that compare to the other strategies? I mean, it is seemingly a lot slower. Seems to be a minute slower. I just don't believe that. It's not going to be a minute slower. Medium, hard. There is a sweet spot where we actually gain a little bit of time here, so... Oops, didn't want to do that. Yeah, let's go for that. For Pierre Gasly, we'll do the normal thing. For Fernando Alonso, we'll try something a little bit different here, because he's starting a little bit further back. I think this 3-stop strategy could well be genius, because your tyres are going to be fresher. Yeah, let's give it a go. I mean, they seem to think it's going to be slower. It's not going to be that much slower, surely, by the time we get to the end of the race. So, yeah, very different here. Let's see what their predicted time. I mean, look at that. Alonso, 1:29.51. Pierre Gasly, 1:31.28. That's the estimated time. Stupid.
As the sun continues to shine,
Forgot to do all of the fuel and stuff. That's a terrible idea.
Here at the track. There we have Pierre Gasly. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. And here's Alonso, the team's second driver. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And we're just moments away now.
So yeah, we haven't got extra fuel, so this is going to be an awful race.
It's the United States Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
So lights out, away we go. Max Verstappen off to a great start in this Grand Prix. He was the man that knocked out Pierre Gasly from Q2, and he has started this race very, very nicely. We're going to stick both of our drivers on overtake at the start of this Grand Prix to try and go for it a little bit. Hamilton is past Russell. Ocon in P6. He's going to be very, very quick today.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
And let's have a little look at tyre strategy. Alonso, the only one on hards. Quite a few starting the race on softs. That's going to be pretty difficult for them, you would think, unless they're doing a 3-stopper. Fernando Alonso, of course, is going for 3 stops. He's trying to use the freshness of his tyres to his advantage, use an undercut to his advantage as well. And of course, we didn't change his engine. That was an oversight on my behalf as well. So it's not been my best race for remembering everything. Let's be honest, and it's going to be an absolute disaster. This is what we would have expected back in Season 1 US Grand Prix with these sort of starting positions, but when we're fighting for championships, that shouldn't be the case. And here we go then, with Pierre Gasly goes round the outside of Lando Norris, having a little look, potentially going into turn 1 here. He's closing in a little bit, but I don't think he's going to have quite enough at the start of this Grand Prix. Need to hope that Norris doesn't... well, I was going to say Norris stays more than a second away from Vettel ahead, but it looks like Gasly's going to make the move stick now. That's a very, very strong move early in this Grand Prix, and a very important move to get past Norris
Keep at it.
so quickly. I think perhaps we need to push on a little bit now. We'll go and deploy. As Fernando Alonso is still chasing after Zhou Guanyu. He's going to deploy his engine a little bit. And here we go then with Pierre Gasly. Is he going to go down the inside of Sebastian Vettel here? Have a little look. Hasn't made it stick just yet. But Gasly looking very, very racy in his Aston Martin car. The others not so much at the moment. Alonso is going to struggle. He's getting his hard tyre stint out of the way. Anyway, here we go then. Pierre Gasly on to lap 3 of this Grand Prix.
DRS has been enabled.
I don't think it's worth Fernando deploying his ARS at this stage. Let's see if we can get Pierre Gasly a move past Sebastian Vettel here. So it's within half a second. Gonna get right within DRS range. We'll deploy his ERS, and here we go, hopefully. We'll be able to make some impact. As Ocon seemingly having a little look at Perez and Hamilton. Not quite though. Yeah, these soft tyres don't seem to be doing what Vettel wanted them to do. Starting this Grand Prix. Gasly is right in the gearbox of Sebastian Vettel here. He might have a look going into the final corner. Goes down the inside. And he is through. Very, very good move there from Pierre Gasly. And he's now up to 9th place. He's got DRS. And should manage the inside line pretty easily here. That's exactly what he does. Very good. Now he's
Simply lovely.
just a second behind Sergio Perez, as Fernando Alonso has dropped more than a second
Aston
behind
Martin
Daniel
with a
Ricciardo.
great play there. They've moved up a place.
So Alonso, it's going to be late in the Grand Prix. He really comes into play. And let's see what Gasly can do here. Can he overtake Sergio Perez with the DRS? Is Perez going to have DRS himself? I don't think he is. I don't think he was within a second. And there you go. Come on, Gasly. Yeah, pulls to the inside. That's exactly what we want to see. He goes down the inside, and that's a good move for Pierre. Now can he go down the inside of Perez here? Finish off the move. That's exactly what he does. Gasly doing a really good job. He's up to 7th already. He's showing the pace that he had yesterday.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Had we just not tried to be clever.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
Alonso down to 15th position now. Can Gasly catch up to these guys? Oh, is he going to be stuck?
Such an awesome job, mate.
I don't think so. I don't think Gasly's going to have DRS here. No. But he's using a bit of ERS to try and stick with him. He's done a pretty good job there. That's pretty nice. And there's a yellow flag somewhere. Somebody's locked up.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
It was Sebastian Vettel, actually, who's now dropped to the rear of the field. I think I'm going to attack on the tyres with Gasly. I think he needs to get within a second. Oh, there's a safety car, I think. I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I think it's Norris and Magnussen.
Back it out. Back it out.
Not sure. Let's have a little look. Crash involving
Let's
multiple
have a
cars.
look.
It's not
Watch
actually.
this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
So Norris came across, and yeah, there's the contact.
Goodness me, that is a serious collision.
And that could have been awful. Luckily, it wasn't. It's a penalty for Kevin Magnussen. Strangely enough. Gasly 2.9 behind Ocon now. He's all of a sudden struggling. To catch up to the top 6 here. Now, all of them are on mediums as well, so it's not even as if it's a tyre delta. That's the issue here. There's Fernando up into 11th place. On these hard tyres. So, time to zoom it on a little bit. I think Gasly's going to be overtaken by Perez. I think it's going to be a bit of a ding-dong battle with those two.
Red Bull moved up.
Alonso battling the Williams cars at the moment.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
It's feeling like season 1 all over again. Poor qualifying and battling with Williams cars. Not great. Not great. And what Gasly could really do is get involved in that DRS train. And then he can start looking after his engine, he can save a bit of fuel. But, oh, that's Gasly spun! Gasly has spun! Well, that is awful for him.
It's a spin!
What on earth happened there?
Replay. So this was the Aston Martin.
He's just coming round and just lost the car.
What a spin out!
Lucky not to be out of the Grand Prix. No. 4 laps until the pit window. I'm not really sure what we can do.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Well, Stroll overtakes Alonso. This is just not going well, is it? Well, Lance Stroll up in 6th place. Obviously, we have had some early pit stops, but yeah, that's interesting. Interesting development. Now, let's have a little look at tyres. So, Ocon leading the race on mediums, and Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, they're all on mediums as well. Fernando Alonso's tyres are looking pretty good. And this is surely where he's going to come into it. Gasly in 13th place as it stands. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be gutted, isn't he? He's going to be absolutely gutted. Somebody's spun. I'm not sure who or where, but somebody has spun.
Did somebody spin out
It was
there?
Daniel Ricciardo who was near the back, I think. Oh no, he's a bit further forward actually. Daniel Ricciardo's up in 4th place as Perez has got past Gasly again. They were battling on track before, so Gasly's essentially lost the pit stop here. So I think what we have to do now is try and convert Gasly to a 1-stop. I think that's what we have to do, which seems crazy. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to swap his strategy now. Going to edit it. We're going to prolong his stint as much as we can. And then swap to the hard tyres. Remove that stint. Swap to the hards. And hope for the best. If we go light, will that help? Potentially.
Just look after this tyre set though. Look after it.
Yeah, I don't think it's actually going to help out with PA. What he needs is a safety car to close everybody back up. So Alonso now behind George Russell. Oh, well, this has got to be a chance now. Got to pull to the right. Come on. Yeah. And he goes round the outside. So Fernando Alonso gets past Mick Schumacher.
Really well executed.
Which is what he needed to do.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Well, and signs a knock-on in the pit lane. There's Alonso coming in a few laps' time. So we're going to go attacking. To try and get the best possible gap that we can in this first sector.
Yeah, you're past. You're through.
Gasly's just got past Alex Albon.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
And straight away Alonso. A good amount of time. Ahead of Mick Schumacher, needs to be more than a second in front. Hasn't managed that though. So I think Mick Schumacher is going to have DRS. Verstappen's got DRS as well. Alonso's still a good amount in front. Honestly, just not where he needs to be.
Gained for AlphaTauri.
Alonso now a second ahead of Max Verstappen. I think Max is going to start closing in. Let's go neutral. Mick Schumacher and Gio are in. And here comes Max Verstappen. He's right behind Fernando Alonso now. I think is Russell. Russell's currently the leader on merit.
You've got the margin to push.
Copy.
Don't think Gasly's going to be able to do it. We might as well come in now and put the hard tyres on, and at the very least be competitive.
Box and pit confirm. Box and pit confirm.
Fernando Alonso is about to be passed by Max Verstappen, it would appear. Not quite. How long can Alonso stay in front of Max Verstappen?
So just cool tyres down.
I think he's going to try and hold them back now. Frustrate them a little bit.
Yeah, in the box.
I think let's bring Alonso in this lap. There we go, Alonso loses 2 positions in one corner there. So Pierre Gasly's in and out again. And he comes back out in 20th position. So how long do we reckon those can last? Not very. Not very. Alonso's essentially survived 19 laps on them. The tyre wear is just ridiculous here. I'm really intrigued how this is going to turn out, because I think we're going to have a lot of drivers on very low percentages of tyres.
Okay, pit lane.
So here comes Fernando Alonso then. Where's he going to come back out on these hard tyres? He's got the horrible tyres out the way. Is he going to come out ahead of Hulkenberg? No. So he's going to come out in 14th position, I think. He's going to be just ahead of Giovinazzi. It looks like it's side by side. No, not quite. So, Fernando Alonso on medium tyres. Doesn't want to be attacking them, that's for sure. Gasly now on hard tyres. We'll be hoping to get past this lot pretty quickly. It's amazing, Alonso and Gasly not actually that far away from each other on track. I think Alonso's going to get Seb Vettel here. Goes down the inside. That was a good move. Okay, very good. Now 4 seconds up to the next car.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position. That's a good overtake from Alpine. Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Alonso wasn't making any
Alpine
ground.
just advanced.
Gonna have to just push now.
So we are low on battery at the moment. Okay.
Alonso's slightly more aggressive.
Okay.
Let's see if he can. I think Vettel was closing in there. Right, let's hop on board. It's past Stroll. Which is good. He's past Hulkenberg, sorry. Now Stroll is next. Might be wise to try and harvest for the next couple of laps.
Okay, copy.
Right.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Alonso 0.2 of a second behind Stroll here.
You're looking good at the moment.
So we've got a Mercedes 1-2, but everyone's tyres are going to be struggling out there. Yep, this is going to be very good for Fernando Alonso. He's around. Very good.
And let's push.
Okay, copy.
And let's see if we can get out of the 1 second window to Stroll. Doesn't look like he's managed it. Right then, Stroll, Alonso now right behind Bottas and Zhou Guanyu. Tire-wise, everybody's struggling out there. Gasly currently up to 18th. So he's doing alright. Trying to get back into this Grand Prix. Remember, Alonso's got 2 more trips into the pits. He's got DRS here on Zhou Guanyu. Goes straight in there, and that was a lovely straight for him. But it's Esteban Ocon that's now leading this Grand Prix as George Russell comes into the pits. Perez is in as well. Let's see where they come out. I just don't think this is going to work, is it? For Fernando Alonso. Somebody's locked up in Sector 3. I don't know who or where. I think it's one of the Haas cars.
We've had a big
And it
crash
is a
here.
crash.
Copy.
And it was Kevin Magnussen, but he's not out of the race. Now then. We're going on to the hard tyres, but 25 laps on the hard tyres, that's going to be really, really tough. So I'm now actually going to attack Alonso
Bottas is in pit lane.
and try and make sure that he's in the best position that he can be. Pierre Gasly, he's going to try and take these tyres as long as he can. He's right behind Mick Schumacher, so he should be able to make that move stick. And there goes George Russell now. So probably not worth absolutely going for it now.
Yeah, mate. I don't have that pace. Just do what you can.
Gasly not quite managing it there. Got more people in the pits now. So, past most of those guys. I think it's probably worth coming into the pits this lap so that we don't lose too much time. So might as well attack on the
Red
in
Bull
lap.
moved up.
Do we have another? No, we don't. I'm you know, I don't think the hards are the ones that will last to the end of the race. I really don't. I think Alonso's onto something here, but it's about making it work.
It's a good stint so far.
It's Pierre Gasly now up into 10th place. He's passed Mick Schumacher, which is good.
Aston Martin
Just
with
have
a
to be a little bit
great
aggressive
play there.
with him.
They've moved up a place.
And Fernando Alonso into the pit lane. He'd love to come out in front of his teammate, but I don't think that's possible. Well, I don't know, you know. Oh, that's agonising. That's not far away at all.
Back it out, back it out.
Good bit.
I'm hoping Alonso's able to get past these guys pretty easily. And his new medium tyres. Gonna stick to the right hand side. Look there though. Try and get Gasly to hold those guys back. Try and get Alonso through. Alonso going around the outside here. Should be good for Fernando. He is going to be through here, I think.
Really well executed.
And now he's going to have a look straight away
Looks like Aston
at Mick
Martin
Schumacher.
have just gained a race position.
And yeah, this should be another easy position gained, and it is. Now then. Might as well harvest with... Well, no, actually. I was going to say we might as well harvest. There was no point there. And can Gasly hold those guys up? I think so. I think Gasly's going to let Alonso past here. He should do anyway. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Alonso's just in a different race to Gasly. And if we want anything from this race, it's going to be Alonso that gets us anything. Hopefully you can follow Alonso through for a little bit. So let's see if Alonso can make inroads here. It's going to be pretty close, but because
Aston
he's in a
Martin with
DRS
great
train,
play
it's
there. They've moved up a place.
very tricky.
Is that a new race position for Haas?
Yeah, I think Fernando needs to push and get past these guys. He's past Gio. And there you go, he's up into 8th. That's what we needed. And again, it's going to be...
McLaren gain a position.
It's going to be another case of using the DRS to our advantage here, trying to get more than a second ahead.
Yeah, copy. Temps are climbing. Temps are now climbing. Copy.
And the fact is, Alonso has another pit stop here. I mean, we know these aren't going to last to the end of the race. What's Gasly's tyres on? 39%. I mean, this is awful. Need a safety car. That's what we need. But it's not going to come, I don't think.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
I think
Alpha Tauri gained
both
the
of our
place.
drivers are going to be pointless in this Grand Prix. And can Alonso take those mediums to the end? That's a big question. If he can, he'll get a World Championship point, you feel. But
Looks like
now
that
he's
was a
starting
position
to
gain
struggle.
for Alfa Romeo.
Gasly down to 15th now.
Copy that.
The ball is so understeer, can you help me?
And what we need is a safety car to bring everybody back together. But it looks like Esteban Ocon might win this Grand Prix. And where will Alonso come back in? That's the problem, I think. 18th, there's no value in this pit stop. He might as well stay out there. He's 9 seconds ahead of Zhou. Zhou will do well to catch up to Alonso. And Gasly is just waiting. Alonso's going to have to start conserving now.
Grain in all 4 tires now. Soon we need to box.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. It's,
Okay,
it's danger zone for Gasly.
So what do you want? What would you want? Box?
Yeah, this isn't good.
We'll get back. Just look after this tyre set though. Look after it.
Yeah.
Or do we try and take the fastest lap off Ocon? Yeah,
Haas with an
suppose that's
overtake
what we
there.
do. There's kind of no point.
And box this lap.
And anything else, is there? Yeah, he's going to finish 17th either way. Whereas Alonso may well finish in the points. I think balanced he can get away with now. So Pierre Gasly's going to come into the pits this lap. And in theory, should be setting pretty fast times. So it's been a bit of a disaster race this, and it was all caused by a spin from Gasly. We might have been able to get something out of it otherwise. Fernando Alonso maximising his performance today. He might finish in 10th. Again, his tyres are looking ropey now as well. Let's push the tyres a little bit with Pierre.
Okay.
And see if he can get fastest lap. Alonso has got 5 laps to survive. He's only 3 seconds ahead of Stroll now. Williams are close to their first points of the season. We got yellow flags in Sector 2. That was Gasly. It was Gasly. Can you believe it? Can you believe
Here's
it?
the replay. Now look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
Exactly the same place as earlier in the Grand Prix. Alonso's going to struggle to hold on to that position now. Let's see. Not a personal best first sector. Alonso definitely getting caught. Stroll almost within a second. Let's have a little look at tyre percentages. Nobody's great. Purple middle sector for Pierre Gasly. Ocon, meanwhile, still leading this Grand Prix. Are we going to see a great fastest lap from Pierre here? Norris currently has fastest lap. He's just done a 1:37.3. Here comes Pierre Gasly round the final corner. This is going to be in the 35s. Goodness me.
Okay, that was a purple lap. I'll let you know if the situation changes.
And that was very, very fast. And that's what I was sort of hoping for with Alonso's last stint. And had we pitted when we could have, we'd have maybe got him back into the points. As it happens, he's now dropped out of them.
Just do what you can.
And I don't see how he gets back. I think we just have to attack now.
Just keep the pressure on. You can do this.
He's possibly going to get a puncture. But there are 2 laps to go after this one. And Stroll currently in 10th position. Fernando Alonso doing his best to try and catch up to Stroll. And here we go then. It does have DRS, believe it or not.
Remaining.
It's crazy, isn't it? We might as well attack on the last couple of laps. Pierre Gasly comes over. We'll push on the fuel as
Everything
well.
you've got.
Okay.
So just cool tyres down.
Can
Yeah,
Alonso
copy.
get back past Stroll here?
We do not require any fuel liftoff.
Okay.
And those tyres, they're going to go very close to zero here. Lewis Hamilton is on his final lap. He's been passed by Lance Stroll. Let's watch the battle. I don't think Alonso's going to manage to get past Stroll. But Esteban Ocon leading the way in this first sector. What a brilliant performance from him today. And it looks like he's going to get his second ever Formula 1 victory and Alpine's first victory of the season. What a season Ocon's had. He's getting a victory that I think he deserved long before now. But here he comes. This is going to be the last test. Here we go.
We just
Might as
got one
well
lap remaining.
deploy the ERS with Gasly as well.
Copy.
Might even catch up to the back group. And Fernando Alonso, I think, is past Lance Stroll. Whoa, that's crazy. And Ocon survives.
Looks
Ocon
like
survives.
Aston Martin have just gained a
Look
race
at this,
position.
Alonso's still battling with Lance Stroll. Somehow, Alonso has done it on 3% tyres. He's going to be ERSing here, trying to defend from Lance Stroll. Let's see what he can do here. I don't think he's going to manage it. Esteban Ocon wins. No, there's Stroll. Stroll is through.
And it's Ocon.
Fernando Alonso.
Ocon first over the line today.
He's trying his best here. But I don't think he's going to have
There's an overtake
anything
from Williams.
left to offer.
So we're
His
on
battery's
lap.
empty. But what a battle from Fernando Alonso, the world champion. Now, yeah, I thought Gasly may well be going purple here. There's the puncture. Puncture, puncture, puncture. Fernando Alonso comes round the final corner. He's going to finish somehow in around about 15th place with that puncture. And he stops on the line. Oh no, I think he's done for. I don't think he's actually crossed the line. No, Alonso is out.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
And Gasly has finished as
Yeah,
well.
we lost some big points. I'm so upset.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. I mean, what an awful day for us.
Hard times for Pierre Gasly. Not a good result for him. Well, that's not quite the outcome expected there for Aston Martin.
Everything happens so fast in a Formula 1 Grand Prix, it's easy to have your hopes dashed. But the show goes on. Let's hope it turns out better for them at the next race.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
We're nearing the end of the season and it's time for some serious heat. Stay with us as Formula 1 moves to Mexico City.
Right then. So, Esteban Ocon has won the US Grand Prix ahead of Lewis Hamilton in second for Mercedes. George Russell finished third. Max Verstappen finishes fourth. Leclerc fifth. Sainz sixth. Perez seventh. Bottas eighth. Ricciardo ninth. And Lance Stroll finishes 10th for Williams. Our guys, 19th and 20th. So, Fernando Alonso still leads, but yeah, still 46 points ahead of Pierre Gasly. That is essentially a DNF for Fernando Alonso. Pierre Gasly, there you go, finishes in second, or will be in second. Sorry, Max Verstappen still doesn't manage to take advantage of Alonso's woes and is on 220 points. 68 points behind Alonso. It's too little too late, you feel. Sainz and Hamilton equal 4th. Charles Leclerc in that battle as well for 4th in the championship. Sergio Perez a distant 7th, followed by George Russell, who's even further behind in 8th. Ocon still in 9th, but moves a little bit closer to the top 8 with that result, and his 5th podium of the season. Into the constructors then, we're still 141 points ahead of Ferrari, who are 5 points ahead of Red Bull. Mercedes still in the battle for 2nd. Alpine doing a very good job in 5th place there. McLaren are now 10 points ahead of Alfa Romeo for 7th. Williams get off the mark this season. So yes, what you would call awful Grand Prix from our guys. It was a poor qualifying session. We actually made 5.3 million somehow in profit there. I don't exactly know how. We got fastest lap. We got the finish position streak as well. I don't actually know how we got that. But there you go. We reached Q2 as well, so seems like that's glitched out a little bit. But what a bad Grand Prix after an incredible race in Japan, an incredible race in Singapore where we got the 1-2, of course. It's going a little bit wrong, and it's fair to say that was not our best outing for quite some time. A very difficult race. ERS is in a poor condition for Fernando Alonso as well. The board are not going to be happy with that, and if we have a look at that, the race performance, more often than not now, they are disappointed with us. Objectives wise, of course, last season we met that. Obviously we're not in debt, so our confidence is high, but for how long? That is the question. More races like that and questions will begin to be asked. Let's add another one to Oscar Piastri's repertoire. But, yeah, a real tricky Grand Prix. Gasly needs a development point as well, apparently. Let's add one to his reactions. And that's going to be that for this episode. A disappointment. But we got 3 races to go this season. Max Verstappen still in the title race as it stands, and if we have more races like that, then we're just going to gift it to him. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.